To say you were hungry would be an understatement. Currently, you hadn't eaten in days due to the fact that you'd been sick for half a week, and all you had eaten during that time was soup. Not even different soups, but always the same that by now you could already name all the ingredients and taste a plain taste in your mouth whenever you even thought about it, soup. And eating that soup for days did make you crave some actual food. But now, as you felt better, you were able to eat more properly once again. And boy, your stomach was demanding more and more food. Currently, you were eating with the three boys, Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu, and you were devouring even more food than Inosuke normally would. And Inosuke, being as competitive as he is, of course took it as a challenge, and now he was trying to stuff more food to his stomach than you. It didn't take long for you two to devour all the food that was being served, as the both participants, you and Inosuke, were still hungry. Currently, Inosuke was drooling over Zenitsu's still almost full plate. Zenitsu was covering it with his hands at all costs, eating as fast as he could, not wanting to be under Inosuke's intense glare and aura any longer. You pouted, defeated, and then your stomach grumbled, and you hugged your stomach, trying to quiet down the loud noise. You buried your face into your knees, being ashamed of your endless hunger, feeling like it was embarrassing for a girl to be that hungry. But your stomach didn't care about that, as it went on grumbling, demanding more food to devour. You sighed. You hated watching other people eat while you were still starving. "Do you want some?" you heard Tanjiro suddenly ask, referring to his bowl of food, with his soft, velvet-like voice, as you shyly looked up at him, locking your eyes with his kind ones, with an amused glint in them. He sent you a smile with a chuckle, and you raised your eyebrows. The rays of sunset hitting his head was framing him with light, and he looked like an angel to you. Or maybe you just imagined that. He was known for being too kind for his own good, but you felt like if you accepted the food he was offering, you were using him. You knew he was hungry too, due to the fact that he had had a hard day of training, and he was still a growing boy. You pondered if you could take the food, your eyebrows furrowing in the process, but just as you were about to politely refuse, your stomach grumbled again, making blood rush to your cheeks. "Fine," you timidly admitted your defeat, hearing your voice reach one higher note than usual, and you took the bowl of food in your hands, looking at it. "But only if you take half," you said, now determined to pay back his consideration somehow. He stopped for a minute, then sent you a closed-eyed smile, tilting his head to the side and giving you an amused. He then proceeded to take his chopsticks as you held the bowl between the two of you, taking some of the food between your lips and then putting it inside your mouth. Every time you put a new amount of food into your mouth, the rich flavors exploded on your tongue, as if eating had never felt that good. Maybe it was the company you had, as at times that each of you would catch the other staring at them, or your hands would brush when taking food from the bowl. The moment didn't last long, but it sure felt like hours, as the quick stares and quiet chuckles underneath your breath made the moment special. You wished the moment would last longer, you realized, as the time went on, and even after eating, the two of you stayed in the room just talking about anything and everything. By the end, you were the only ones in the room, being enveloped in the embrace of soothing darkness. You secretly thanked the food, and your hunger, for being your wingman, and before you could notice, it was already late at night, and neither of you wanted to stop, not wanting to break the spell the two of you were under. You sighed as you realized that the time had come, and so did Tanjiro, as he slowly stood up, giving you a helping hand to grab on. He smiled. "That was such a nice conversation started from food," he said, and you chuckled, letting out a quiet longing. "Yeah," as the voice inside your head was screaming to call after him after he bid you a good night, and turned around, leaving you standing alone. Every fiber of your body was screaming to confess, every single thought being of him as they were running through your head to the beat of your heart. This was it, the perfect moment you had been waiting for. No other would come. You had to do it. Now. Actually, Tanjiro, you started, fiddling with your fingers as you flinched to how your voice cracked. You hated how nervous you were as you were about to start your improvised confession. Of course, you had gone through this exact scenario in your head countless times, but at the moment, every single one of them seemed to vanish away. Tanjiro turned to look at you curiously, sensing your nervousness as he raised his eyebrow. I need to tell you something, you continued, taking a deep breath and locking your eyes with his pretty ones. The look in his eyes told you to go on. What you did today, giving me your food and all that, it was really nice of you, and you carried on, furrowing your eyebrows as you realized that it wasn't going to be the way you wanted, only talking about food as you felt your cheeks turn red. I'm not only trying to tell you about the food. I mean, of course it was good. Wait, good. Oh, man, that rhymed. But anyway, I wanted to tell you that, you stumbled upon your words, taking a deep breath, then closing your eyes. That I like you a lot, you finished, squinting your eyes and clenching your fist, waiting for the worst outcome. And suddenly, all the thoughts that had ran through your head like wild horses just moments ago had washed away, leaving you in a completely silent head. You opened your eyes in surprise as you heard a soft chuckle from the boy in front of you. I love you too. And with that, he was gone. You blinked, staring at the spot where just a moment ago he was standing, as you then proceeded to scream as quietly as you could and jump in your place. It was a start of a beautiful romance, all thanks to food. We just having fun on the mic. Zenitsu was covering it with his hands, eating out, demanding for more food to devour. More food. And he was still a growing boy. You're still a growing boy, Inosuke. Eat your vegetables. What the hell? The rich flavors exploded on your tongue. I bet you're hungry now, aren't you? And neither. Whoa, my voice just went slow. It was just like da-da-da-da, and neither. Where was I? I totally lost my space. Excuse me while I clear my throat. Yes. Ooh, where was I? As you flinched to how your voice cracked. Puberty. Dude, I'm actually so hungry while reading this fic, and it's crazy because I ate something, but I guess I ate popcorn, so that would have burned away quickly, and I walked all the way to the other side of campus to come here to record, and that's like an uphill walk, and so I walked up the hill. So I walked about a mile from my dorm to the engineering building to go and see if I could record there, but all the classrooms were full, so then I continued walking up the hill, but then I remembered I was going the wrong way, so then I walked down the hill and around the corner to the communications building, and that's where I found an empty classroom to record in, and yeah, I'm hungry, haha. Why did I walk away? Tanjiro shouted to himself, dark blush starting to cover his cheeks in a dark hallway as he hit his head on the wall. For God's sakes, why in the world did I walk away? What's wrong with me?